You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network.
TESPN.
All right, to everybody ready for football season here at Trinity Episcopal School. We are so excited. It's the best time of the year, football season. The opening kickoff for the Titans is just about to go down. Still working on our camera here because originally this was going to be a 4 o'clock game and we had it set to start recording at 4. So right now, just going to hear the voices of our announcing team. We'll do it kind of like a radio broadcast for now. And that team is 9th grader Parker Boyd. Parker, welcome.
Hey everybody, excited to come here.
Yeah, great to have you. And senior Simon Kahn.
Hi everyone, welcome to football season. I'm excited to get it going. Should be a really fun year, a lot of fun broadcasts.
Absolutely, and the opening kickoff by Evan Goldschmidt rolls out of bounds, and Northcross is going to take over an excellent field position out at the 35-yard line. We've got producer Ash Bell on the case trying to get the pictures rolling for us. Ash is the best producer we got, so if anyone can figure it out, it's Ash. And we've also got spotter Briggs Pinar up in the booth with us. It's a packed booth here at Aycock Stadium on a humid, cloudy, late summer day. And the Northcross Raiders from Roanoke, Virginia, will have the ball first at their own 35. Northcross, the defending two-time Division II state champions.
I think that was a really good call to kick it out. They have the former first team Vista kick returner, Dazelle Hart. Now the snap, a handoff left, and a big tackle for a short gain, if anything. That's good start, a good gang tackle from Titans. Second and 9 for the Red Raiders. Goes to the right. Hard count, snap, a handoff right, and a tackle. Another gain of 1. That's a big tackle from number 11, Mason Love. And lining up to go for it. That was really great job by the Titans. Number 1 for Northcross Hart. First team Vissa as a receiver. Second team as a kick returner. First team as a DB. They want to get the ball to him a lot, and stopping him there is big.
Driving.
Got some flashbacks from the 2020 COVID, but yeah, that was a crazy year. But a little more smoother today with the past experience.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so back out on the field on 4th and 3, and Northcross does still have the offense out. I thought maybe after that timeout they would just elect a punt, but big play early in the game, 4th down in their own territory. Look to throw out to the left, and it is caught but out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The intended receiver, Daniel Skoog, couldn't quite get his feet in bounds. Good coverage on the play by Josiah Walker, the 10th grade cornerback, and the Titans are going to have their first offensive possession of the season in terrific field position.
That was a really good first possession. It was a lot of gang tackling, everyone getting there, and took one shot and to force him out of bounds. That's a play.
No, absolutely, Simon. I mean, 4 plays, Northcross only picks up 7 yards, and now Trinity's going to have their first possession of the season in fantastic field position at the 42 of the Raiders. A lot of Titans returning players have switched jersey numbers this season, and of course there's some new talent out there as well, so might take us a few minutes to get used to who's who. But the first offensive snap of the season is a handoff to Corey Gray, CJ Gray.
Flag in the backfield.
Yeah, Gray picked up 7 yards, but it's going to come back for a legal shift. So it'll be, instead of being what would have been 2nd and 3, it's going to be 1st and 15, which negates a good burst there by Gray, the 9th grade starting tailback.
That was strong. If that's anything close to what's to come, that's could be a problem.
Yeah, so I had the chance to see the Titans scrimmage Indian River a couple of weeks ago, and CJ Gray broke a couple of long runs. He has got elite speed. This time it's a play fake to Gray. Pass is caught by Devion Brown, his first catch of the season, and he is gone. Touchdown, Devion Brown.
What a play. Way to break that tackle and get loose on the sideline.
Devion Brown is just so strong, so fast. Now his 3rd year here in the program. Holds offers from over 20 Division I schools, the junior, and first time he touched it, took it to the house.
I think there's going to be a lot of that. That was broke 2 tackles and got a burst of speed break away. He was co-player of the year last year, sophomore, and I expect him to only go up.
Extra point is good by Evan Goldschmidt. So pretty much a perfect start for the Titans with a turnover on downs defensively without a single first down by Northcross, and then a 2-play, well, actually officially 1-play drive because the first play was negated by a penalty. So a 1-play drive, 47-yard connection from Tegan Logan to Devion Brown, and we have seen that connection many times these last 2 years. Brown last year nearly 1,000 yards receiving, and I think even more his 9th grade year. He missed a few games with injuries last season. Still working hard to get the video going on this. We are confident that we will have that. This time change was made with the threat of storms later this afternoon, so this game was originally slated for a 4 p.m. start, got switched to 3, but our camera was set for 4, so a little bit of first game getting the kinks out for the TSPN crew, just like for probably a lot of these players. Evan Goldschmidt's kick this time is loose on the ground, still loose. Looks like ultimately Northcross is going to come up with it, and it was another, not exactly an onside kick, but he kind of puts it in between the front line of the special teams and the second grouping, and Titans flew down there and almost got possession right back, but Northcross ultimately falls on the loose ball. They'll take over from their own 33.
That was a good kick. And keeping away from Hart, we saw his quick burst on that 4th down, Northcross, and he caught it behind the line of scrimmage, almost took it, broke the tackle. Now alone on the left side. Handoff, gets to the edge, cuts it in for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Tristan Lang there with the carry. Tackle made by Keon Montgomery.
Let me do the play-by-play.
Parker, from your vantage point up here, what are you noticing at the line of scrimmage as Northcross tries to run the football?
Really trying to get back to the outside edge, let them break free for big yardage down the field. Try to help them out with their field position.
Yeah, you can see that Tristan Lang, the running back, I mean, he's a big back in the backfield there and definitely difficult to bring down, but so far the Titans have done well. Little pump fake and go. It's a chance for a deep ball, but Deuce Edwards breaks it up. That was about to be close to a 40-yard completion as the intended receiver, Jace Rhodes, looked to be open, and the West Virginia commit safety, Deuce Edwards, got over and broke it up just in time. That one kind of happened right in front of us. There is a
Busted coverage and big recovery to save it by Duke.
Well, unfortunately for the Titans, though, it is actually a roughing the passer at the end of this, and I must confess my eyes had followed the football on that deep pass, so I didn't see who hit the quarterback after we got rid of it, but turns what would have been a third down and about 5 or 6 into a first down into Titan territory. So an unfortunate penalty there from Trinity's standpoint, and the first down of the game for North Cross. They're into Trinity territory at the 47-yard line.
I think unfortunate play, but busted coverage, and Deuce made a great play to come from the far side.
Yeah, the corner on this side really bit hard on that play fake. Another run by Lang. This one's pretty successful. It's about a 7-yard pickup. It's another tackle for Mason Love. That's, I believe, his third already in only about 7 defensive snaps in this game. So pretty much close to half of North Cross plays have ended with Mason Love bringing down the ball carrier in the white jerseys.
I think it could be a big year from him. He looked good, especially towards the end of last year. He was getting reps, and now he's going to get to play nearly every down probably.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Simon, and he worked really hard this offseason. Close to first down here. I think maybe just got it on a inside handoff. Saw a helmet of one of the linemen fly up in the air there. And I saw – okay, so he is just short. Third and, yeah, just inches here. As the quarterback, Brock Miles, we didn't really mention, but the throw that he had a couple plays ago, he really showed off some arm strength on the one that Deuce came over. And there's Miles showing off some leg strength with a quarterback sneak right off of his left guard. And he needed about 2 inches and got at least 2 yards, and enough for another first down by North Cross. If you joined us late, we are still working hard to get the pictures rolling here, but it's 7-0 Titans, about 5 minutes into the first quarter. Great opening, quick strike possession for the Titans, but these North Cross Raiders from Roanoke, the last 2 years have won 21 games and lost only 3, and they are 2-time defending champions at the Division II level of the Vista Independent School bracket. So a really strong program making the long road trip from Southwest Virginia. Timeout North Cross. That's their second timeout of the first half. They'll have just one remaining until halftime.
I think they've looked really good. You mentioned arm strength of Miles. He's second team Vista quarterback. He's going to be he's very good.
Yeah, we're over here.
He could, if Trinity doesn't play smart, he could cause us.
These early season games, when it's still really summer meteorologically, even though we're back in school, always look for cramping. You know, typically with hot, humid days, that's something you're going to see as well. And just looking over at the sideline for North Cross, they definitely seem to have fewer players suited up. So if guys do start cramping, I think depth could end up being a big factor in this game as well. All right, 1st and 10 Raiders from the 34. They're going deep to the end zone. It is broken up at the last second. Intended receiver Jaziel Hart almost had it, and Khalid Rayner, the sophomore, broke it up at the last second. Great job by Ka, following in the footsteps of his big brother Zaire Rayner, who is Minnesota now playing football. They lost a heartbreaker last night by 2 to Carolina. And his bigger bro, Elijah Rayner, who got a W playing for William & Mary last night over VMI.
That was a good look for North Cross. Deuce peeled off a little bit off the double cover, but
Yeah, that handoff went nowhere for Nate Bonds, and tackle made by the Titans. 52, which unfortunately we don't have a 52 on our roster, but might be Jordan Stith. Yeah, we have him as a different number on this one. But anyway, to be 3rd and 10, and back to the first down play, Simon, I agree with you. I thought it was a great route by Hart and a really great throw by Brock Miles. He's impressed me. He's got a really strong arm. 3rd and 10.
First charge, timeout of the half for the Titans.
Titans call timeout. Looked like some players were coming off a little bit gimpy. Not totally sure what happened. No, I think North Cross is going to be looking primarily for Hart, and someone we haven't heard about yet is Jace Rhodes, first team DE. I was texting one of my friends who graduated from Cross last year, and he said he's one of the best players he's seen.
Okay. Good intel there from Simon.
Yeah, the North Cross offense did really well with their running backs. Really able to get through the Titan line a few times, and with that arm strength from the quarterback, this is going to be a good threat for the Titans.
Yeah, and I mean, also we're past the midway point of the first quarter, and from a time of possession standpoint, pretty much this whole first quarter practically has been North Cross ball, other than a one-play touchdown drive for the Titans. So Isaiah Robinson trying to get the Titan fans up and loud on this key 3rd down play.
I think the big thing here is we have
And they hit your man. Sorry to interrupt, Simon, but that's exactly the player you called for. Jace Rhodes, the DB, also playing wide receiver. And on 3rd and 10, he picked up easily enough for the first down and actually got all the way inside the 10-yard line before he was finally pushed out.
That was Davian Brown's first defensive snap. He's coming back off now, but that was Deuce and Fat Rat up top. And I think if that's a look that we go to, that could be.
All right, we're still working hard to get the video back up. Hearing from lots of people, we are aware that the video is not working, but we're talking you through it, and it's 1st and goal for North Cross from the 8-yard line of the Titans. They run a little option pitch to the left. A number of Titan tacklers come in, and they're going to throw a flag. That looked like just some big boy football tackle, really, but I think they might get some sort of unnecessary roughness there. As
Looked like someone got his head. Imagine that's going to be a penalty.
well, he was being held up by 2 Titan defenders, one of whom was Miles Love, who we've seen all over the place, and I think it was Khalid Rayner who came in and kind of finished it off with a hard hit, but they might penalize him for going a little too high with it.
That was college football 25 special option. Our linebacker, I guess that was a right end. He bit and they got it out. I thought he was going to just walk it in. Big play by Love. step up.
Personal foul targeting versus the Titans.
Targeting.
Yeah, so that should be, I think, half the distance from the end of the run and should stay first down. So it's a big penalty because that option, you're right, it looked promising, but the Titans did well to react and would have been 2nd and goal from the 5. Instead, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1.
Big look here is Hart in the back with Rhodes out wide. I imagine it'll just be a handoff up the middle.
You are right, and it is successful. Touchdown, Northcross, and they cut the Titan lead just to 1, 7-6, with the extra point pending. If they elect to kick it and make it, we'll be tied. Of course, in high school football, you see a lot of teams go for 2, but it looks to me like they're lining up to kick an extra point here.
Could be a fake. They have Hart as the holder, most versatile player. If someone's going to just take off with it, it would be.
The kick is good, and we are tied 7-7. That was Daniel Skoog connecting on the extra point.
I think that's going to be the big difference. Is that was a slow, methodical drive, just beating the Titan defense down, and I think Titans is going to be a lot of get to Fat Rat in space and go from there.
We're going to take a 30-second break and be right back for the ensuing kickoff. All right, we're working hard to try and get pictures for you, but we're going to be in for an exciting game, I can tell you that. So stick with us. And the kickoff goes to the Titans.
Deuce Mason.
Yeah, Deuce
That was
Mason
a good return.
was a good return. Simon out across the 35 to the 37. So it'll be good field position for Trinity.
Pretty short kick, and he came up, got it, and just took off. Big tackle, because he had some space if he beat that guy.
Yeah, I think it was very obvious that they wanted to kick it away from that rat and kind of pick their poison there with Deuce Mason, but he was super quick. As soon as that ball got in his hands, he got upfield for some solid field position. All right, 7-7. Titans at their own 37, 1st and 10.
Hand off to the edge.
CJ Gray with a 2-yard gain.
It was a pretty good run. Looked like Northcross was going to get into the backfield. Hugh Stone came across with a good block.
Another run up the middle from the Titans. 1 or 2 looks like 2 yards. Should be a 3rd and 6 tight end. Come up here.
Yeah, thanks for that, Parker. I had to look down for a second trying to get this video going here. But, yeah, 3rd and 6. The Titans' first drive was just a quick hitter, one play, 47-yard touchdown. So this is the first time they faced a 3rd down.
Is it working? Kyle says he can pull it up. Who's trying to solve it? You, Ash?
Quarterback. run
Tegan
up the
Logan
middle,
keeps,
and
and I think he got it. He did indeed. It was 3rd and 6, and Tegan gains 7. And that is a Titan first down, and a great job there by Tegan Logan to just turn up field, hit the hole, and took a hard hit. But
it's Deacon Scogan and a quarterback right now, junior.
did that look like Tegan got hurt on that, or just?
I think something with his helmet.
Okay.
That's what I saw Coach Knuckles working on.
Okay. Yeah, I know Deacon has really impressed the coaches in the preseason.
Keep run, getting to the edge.
CJ Gray again with a 3-yard pickup across midfield, and Tegan Logan is going to come right back in. So, Simon, I think you nailed it. They just had to get his helmet fixed. But the good news is Deacon, I do think, unlike last year when really there was no backup quarterback, I think the coaches trust Deacon if, God forbid, Tegan was going to have to come out.
I think it'll be a big thing. Last year, I know Tegan was playing hurt the last couple of games. I think the big thing would be this year having Deacon be able to come in and rest Tegan.
That's a nice little pass by Tegan. Unfortunately, a slip as Braxton Brooks went to cut and just slipped on the turf and actually lost a couple yards. Braxton had 2 long touchdown receptions at the Indian River scrimmage, so I know he's looking for big things this year. On the 3rd down, pass is broken up. Good coverage there by Jaziel Hart. We've seen Hart as an offensive weapon. He did a nice job there breaking up the 3rd down pass, and it is going to be time for the Titans to have to punt. And Hugh Stone, punter, coming on. He's a great punter.
Yeah, Titans were lucky that that ball wasn't intercepted. Deflection went up in the air. Northcross knows that somebody get that ball up out of the air.
Yeah, exactly, Parker. When Hart hit the receiver, ball popped up, and felt like it was hanging up there for a long time, and it was a relief to see it hit the turf. Great punt by Huey Stone. Drives the returner all the way back to the 5, and great coverage. And a great job by the Titans to bring him down at the 11.
In Rosen
and
there.
We do have the video working after some tireless efforts from Ash Bell, Carter Tyree, and finally got that going for you. So, and Mr. Vandekamp coming in clutch there. So, if you're the kind of person that turned this off because you could only hear my annoying voice, well, now you can see the pictures, so you can turn it back on, and we got ourselves a great ball game. 10 minutes in, all tied at 7. Northcross about to take over from their own 11-yard line.
I think the big thing to watch we saw on that last possession was we had Hart going against. We had Hart lined up with Braxton, and then we had Jace Rhodes lined up against Fat Rat. They are definitely keying in on them.
As one would expect.
Yeah, but their 2 best corners just following.
Nothing doing there. Great gang tackle by a bunch of Titans in the backfield. Keon Montgomery was in on it. I think Miles Love was in the backfield. So it'll be second and long, as that was a loss of 3 for the Raiders.
That was a big TFL. It looked like it was going to be a chance of being a run.
Play clock down to single digits. And I don't think they got it off. It looked like the play clock was at 0, but no flag. And it's a good thing for Northcross because they end up getting a 13-yard reception right at the first down marker, and it is enough for a first down. Once again, Jaseel Hard, and he's been, Parker, really impressive. Number 1 for the Raiders on offense. He's had several catches defensively, doing a great job out at the cornerback position. Impressive young man, yeah.
He's been a key part for Northcross so far, and he will continue being a key if Northcross is going to try to win.
I think the one thing for Trinity to change would be send 2 at him every time.
Back to the ground this time, no gain at all. What a hit
Huge
by,
tackle.
I think, was it Miles Love again, I think.
With the carry. Tackle made by Trey
That was
Cherry.
actually,
Trey Cherry.
yeah.
All
Nice.
right.
Big tackle.
Yeah, I'm president of the Trey Cherry fan club, so I love seeing him come in, and he smacked down that ball carrier for a 1-yard loss on the last play of the first quarter. So it's been a very eventful first quarter that our viewers have heard and only recently seen. And we're going to end the first quarter with the score: Trinity Episcopal 7, Northcross 7. We'll take a very brief break, and we'll be right back.
North Cross.
All right, welcome back. Our first quarter in the books. We had to work some kinks out here at TESPN, but we are going to continue to broadcast what looks to me like it's going to be a 4-quarter war here between two proud programs with great tradition. And, oh, man, that first play of the quarter went past the receiver hard and actually ended up hitting KJ Harris, but he wasn't looking at the ball. But he was in great position.
Very focused on that receiver. I don't think he just saw the ball coming in.
I mean, he was flying down to lay a hit on Hart. That was
Right. Yeah, his eyes were on the receiver and not the ball, just like both you said. But still brings up 3rd and about 11 for the Raiders, and good positioning by the sophomore KJ Harris, and really a lot of young talent on the field for the Titans. Number of sophomores in key positions on the defense. Flag for it can be a delay of game. North Cross has been flirting with delay a game a couple times now, running that play clock down. And this time they get called for it, which is going to turn a 3rd and 11 into a 3rd and 16. Not the position you want to be in at your own 15-yard line for the Raiders.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just run it, try and get a bit of space.
Good call, Simon. That's exactly what they do, and it's a decent run. I think a pick of about 7 by the ball carrier. That's Nate Bonds with the carry, and Keon Montgomery with his 3rd tackle of the first half. And North Cross is going to punt for the first time today, right? So their 3rd possession. First time they lost it on downs when they didn't get it on a 4th down. Second possession was a touchdown, and we're going to see them punt for the first time. And back to receive the punt, Devion Brown, who already has 1 touchdown today for the Titans.
Quarterbacks punting.
Yeah, you can see that the Titans kind of just, staying up, making sure that he didn't fake it, and he does punt. Pretty good punt, got a good roll, but ball is in the hands of Fat Rat, and that is always a good thing for Trinity. He returns it across midfield, but a flag came flying in. That flag traveled about 25 yards in the air. Guessing it's probably going to be a block in the back.
That was a good punt return again. Just again, seeing Fat Rat get it and go. It's going to be gang tackling against him all year.
Yeah, you got to figure he's at the sort of top of any opponent's scouting report. Devion Brown, one of the top 20 players in the nation in recruiting rankings in the class of 2026. So he is a threat every time he touches the football. Showed off some moves there, but it all comes to nothing on that play because of the block in the back. Titans will take over with their worst field position so far today at their own 34.
I think I'd be interested to see more of Fat Rat in the backfield. We saw it one play last drive. Just any way to get him the ball is you have to do it.
Looking to pass, going up top for Isaiah Robinson. Good coverage by Josiah Hines, the sophomore cornerback for North Cross, as he was right there with Isaiah Robinson. Isaiah is committed to the University of Virginia. Wahoo!
Sure, the isn't copyrighted by Ohio State.
Say that one more time.
Are we sure the isn't?
We're in Virginia, Simon.
That was a good look. It was a bit of separation, just a little bit overthrown. I think that's a look that'll be open a lot this year.
Well, and it's so great to see Isaiah Robinson on the field. Most of his freshman year he missed with a leg fracture. Had a good sophomore season and then missed pretty much all of last year. Going for Isaiah again, and he was able to get a hand on it. Good coverage again by Hines. It was a little bit of contact, and there is a flag in the backfield. I think we're going to get a roughing the passer. It's almost the identical spot on the field to where the Titans got called for roughing the passer in the first quarter.
And same thing, taking 3rd and long to a first down.
Yeah, even the pass to the left. I mean, that was like almost a replay of what happened in the first quarter, which, come to think of it, you all didn't see. So that's what happened with the pass, roughing the passer call against Trinity earlier. This one's going to take it almost right to midfield and an automatic first down. Play fake, keeper by Logan. He bowls over the linebacker. And it's a 7-yard gain. Flag.
Looks like it's going to be a holding.
Yeah.
It might have been on Sam DeFrancesco.
It is a hold. and
That was a good look. I really like play action into a QB keeper. That was
yeah, I like the play call as well. And Tegan loves that he's fast, but he's even more so, I think, an effective runner because he loves contact. And
yeah.
you saw the way he bowled right through the defender, that he is not afraid of contact. In fact, I would say he initiated the contact. Unfortunately, the penalty wipes out the 7-yard gain, and it's going to be 1st and 20.
Patrick McGowan on the hold.
Yeah, he was pleading his case to the officials. Hand off to C.J. Gray. Picks up 3 yards.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd down.
I think he looked very physical in the backfield. Like it's going to be Deuce, CJ, and Tegan are going to be the 3 main rushers, and they've all been initiating contact and taking at least one guy to the ground.
Got 3rd and long for the Titans. Let's see if they can get upfield, maybe get to that 1st down.
Yeah.
At least put them in better position for punt.
Well, pressure on Logan. He's going to keep it and pick up good yardage across midfield. He doesn't get the 1st down, but it was 2nd down, actually, Parker, because the penalty was a repeat of 1st down. So, but good call there. And Tegan picked up about 12 yards, so a nice chunk of yardage that makes it 3rd and a very manageable 5. Titans look to go quick, no huddle. Now looking over to offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell. And Tegan, of course, so experienced. He's been this 3-year starter, and he runs it again, and I think he got it. I think he just got that 1st down. It looked like to me. See where they spot it. Yep, 1st down. 3rd and 5, and he picked up the 5, and it looked like a run call all the way. But just to finish the thought I had, so this is his 3rd year as a starter, but he actually started 3 or 4 games his freshman year when Jack Toscano was hurt. So Tegan is an incredibly experienced quarterback, which obviously in high school football is huge. You don't see many guys with as many starts as he has under his belt, and just looks so poised out there, and also stronger and healthier than he's ever been. He's looking deep, ends up checking down to Sam DiFrancesco, but a great tackle made by Nate Bonds that's going to actually result in a loss of 2 yards.
That was good coverage
Really
by
good.
North Cross. I think Tegan might have been better off just trying to get a yard or 2 on the ground.
Yeah, and his receiver there, unfortunately, I guess that's the first catch of the season for Sam DiFrancesco. So now he has 1 reception for -2 yards. But I think he's a guy we're looking to have a big season this year. Talking to the coaches, he's kind of an X-factor player that they're expecting to really emerge in his junior season.
Yeah, we've seen it a little bit.
Yeah,
good
Tegan
run by
picked up
Tegan.
about 4 or 5 that time. No, you're right, Simon. I mean, Sam, toward the latter part of last year, especially with injuries to Isaiah Robinson and Devion Brown, did get targeted quite a bit. I think he had a great game in the win over Benedictine at Huguenot. But I think even since then, he's gotten bigger. He's started to have some colleges, coming in with some interest. And I think he's going to be playing on Saturdays in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think a couple of times we've seen him in the backfield with strong blocks.
This time it is Devion Brown in the backfield, and he's still on his feet, inching close to a 1st down. I think he's going to be just short, less than a yard. So I'm sure they'll go for it here on 4th and about half a yard. He's just so hard to bring down. I mean, it wasn't even a huge hole, but he just uses his speed and physicality and moves the ball to the 32-yard line.
Broke a big tackle there to get a few more yards, and going to give these Titans opportunity on 4th down and short. To
I
get a
would
4th
look
down.
at getting something wide. I'd imagine they're looking.
Well, they go kind of off left tackle, and they do get the first down with an inside handoff to C.J. Gray. It was a little bit of an option look with Devion Brown coming in motion, but they went to the up man and C.J. Gray with a quick burst for the first down. Parker, I was going to ask you, I'm not sure if you had the chance to go to any Trinity games the last couple years, but this is certainly your first game here as a student. How impressed are you with Devion Brown and his speed and physicality?
He's really been able to burst through holes in the defense, and he's been really helping out this Titan offense get downfield, gain these big first downs.
Yeah, I'm almost in some ways envious of you because, I almost take it for granted. I've seen him make spectacular plays for 2 full seasons now, and just getting to see him, I assume for the first time. I don't know if you came out to any games, but
No, unfortunately not. I had tons of different sports practices on Friday nights, so unfortunately I did not be able to play last year. They're looking really good to start this year.
well, glad to have you here and discovering your path into TESPN right in your first 2 weeks here of high school. Parker, I know you played baseball. Excited about that?
Yeah, we have our first tournament at the Diamond downtown Richmond in a few weeks, so
Oh, that's
pretty
awesome.
excited about that.
That's really cool, playing in the Diamond where the Flying Squirrels play, and so many future major leaguers have come through there in the last 40 years or so. So for you as a 9th grader to play on that is pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to play there, and of course they're making their new stadium,
Yep.
so it's going to be great to have the opportunity to play at that.
Yeah, exactly. It won't be there too much longer, so that's pretty cool place where, I mean, literally Hall of Fame baseball players have played on that field. Chipper Jones, Tom Glavine are a couple that quickly come to mind, former Richmond Braves before the Braves moved out of Richmond. All right, 2nd and about 5 coming out of that timeout, and that was a Northcross timeout, their final timeout of the first half. 7 minutes to go until halftime. 7-7 the score. Play fake.
Oh,
Looking for Hugh Stone. Just
Yeah,
a little bit behind him.
you're right. Either Huey and Tegan weren't on the same page because Huey cut it out and Tegan looked like he wanted him in, or else it was just an off-target throw. But he was open.
He was open. It looked like Tegan might have been expecting a corner route. It looked like Huey broke it pretty flat, and it was just a bit of a miscue. Pretty fortunate for that to not be intercepted, especially with got a hand on it.
Well, I know Hugh's another one who's had a great offseason, and they're looking for big things this year. He's an incredible punter, but now also playing that tight end position. 3rd and 5, Tegan under pressure, keeps his feet for a bit, but he's ultimately going to be brought down for, I guess, a loss of 1. So it's
Looks like
4th and
Trinity's
6. I
going
think they're going to go for it. Pretty long field goal. It'd be about a 40-yard field goal, which is right at the edge of Evan Goldschmidt's range, as we learned last year in the state Final Four when he hit the 38-yarder to send us to the state championship game. But, 4th and manageable. Northcross out of timeouts as well, so you don't have to worry about, them, if you put a formation, them calling a timeout. But the play clock is down to 1. They do get the snap off just in time. Caught by Isaiah Robinson. He's got the first down. He scared me a little bit because he was running right along that first down line. I think if it was, we don't have the yellow line that you see on TV for the first down marker, but I think if we did, he had it, and then he went backwards for a second and got me a little nervous. But we know he's a smart kid, of course, since he is going to UVA. So he figured out to go and get that first down, and it's a big one to keep this drive alive. Play fake, They look for Robinson. He makes another catch for a small gain.
Just tripped up. That was a good look. Looked like he almost wasn't ready for the pass.
Yeah, and credit to Tristan Lang with the tackle for Northcross. He's had several key tackles and pass breakups. The Northcross secondary is really good.
Yeah. Their whole team's been very solid. Josiah Walker coming off right there. Running up in the slot here. Looks, coverage is off of him. He's in motion.
He's got Fat Rat. Oh, unfortunate for the Titans. I think Devion Brown was open, but Sam DeFrancesca tried to catch it and ended up
Got two hands
on it.
thought.
Yeah. Those routes were kind of right on top of each other there, but I don't think DeFran was the intended receiver on that one.
I would be surprised if he was. Sam got two hands on it, and it's just a little bit high.
CJ Gray carries.
CJ Gray with the carry.
It's going to be 4th down.
Inside the 5, maybe right at the 5.
I think right at the 5 for yours.
Yeah, they're marking it a little further back, actually. Walked it back to about the 7.5. So 4th down and 3. Titans offense stays on the field, and I think it's fair to say this is the most important play thus far in this ball game. They snap it, fake it, incomplete, and the Northcross defense holds.
Logan's pass is intended for Davion Brown.
Great job by the Raiders.
Ball is incomplete. Turnover on down.
A little bit of a low throw there, and a wide receiver couldn't get his hands on. He was in the end zone. The pass is a little bit higher up. Probably been a touchdown for the Titans.
First and 10.
I think Hayden just got a little bit rushed by the line and just couldn't quite find Fat Rat. Looked like he might have been there. Would have been a tight window, though.
Yeah, and I think also Northcross, the DB did a good job of a little bit holding up Devion at the line of scrimmage, which messed up the timing as well. So Northcross with a big stop there on downs. That bad field position, but they have the ball back. Handoff
That's
is
sweet.
to number 12. Yeah, jet sweep for pretty solid gain of about 8. Josiah Hines with the carry.
I think he might be 1 or 2 yards short, but that was a great run up field. He found a hole and got, but a little bit farther up field and not have them on their own ends.
That was very good blocking out of the wide receivers. Just a lot of space was made.
Yeah, just was thinking Northcross looks to me to be a very well-coached team. They're always in the right spot, very disciplined, and great play there for the Raiders. Was 2nd and short, and they easily pick up the first down with
Tackle made by number 20, KJ Harris.
KJ Harris with the tackle, but about 11-yard run to bring up first down at the 28.
It's a ground and pound offense, and they've made running lanes and done everything they're supposed to.
Another jet sweep, this time going right, and great tackle there by Khalid Rayner to prevent the ball carrier from getting to that corner. It was Jace Rhodes. But still another positive gain, 8 yards here. And you can tell, I mean, they're in no hurry. Even though they have no timeouts, I think Northcross's plan, if they can execute it, is to bleed this clock, make sure this is the final possession of the half, and not let the Titan offense get it back on the get the ball back before halftime with just about 2.5 minutes to go.
I think that's definitely the game plan. They've seen Titans' offense has been just explosive plays.
Well, this is an explosive play. Big play for the Raiders. Huge gain by Jasiel Hart. We've seen him mostly out at wide receiver, but this time he gets the handoff, and he picked up nearly 40 yards all the way down to the Titan 25-yard line. First down, Northcross. 2:15 to go till halftime.
That was a really good play, I think. Again, big running lanes. There's a corner blitz, and it was just a big hole in the middle. No linebackers there.
It's once again the handoff to Hart. He picked up 6 yards. Miles Love with yet another tackle.
That's Jordan Smith coming up a little bit beat up. Looks like he's coming. He's come up slow twice now. That's just something to keep an eye on.
And this Titan defense has been on the field for most of the first half, really. Maybe a bit of fatigue on a very humid day. We're all sweating up here in the press box.
Hey, action.
Yeah, they're looking to
great.
throw. It is caught for a touchdown.
Dog.
Daniel Skoog with the catch from the pass by Brock Miles. Play fake and roll out to the right. 13-7 Northcross. And a minute 15 to go. So the Titans have a little bit of time to work with and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that was very good play design, and just defense got beat by the play action and just couldn't quite recover.
And it was a great throw. I mean, he was open, but he wasn't like wide open. I mean, the throw had to be perfect, and it was, and the extra point perfect as well. So with a minute 15 until the half, Northcross takes their first lead of the game, 14-7. And
That was a good play. I think both corners on the sides bit, and that's what made the opening.
The quarterback had a great job rolling out to his right side. There's pressure coming up the middle. He got a great job of getting to the side and finding that man in the end zone.
No, he really did, and just been ever since their first drive where they went 4 plays and turned it over without a first down. Northcross offense has been really solid. They did have to punt it away the one time, but really no lost yardage, no sacks. Run it between the tackles pretty well, and just a really solid, good game plan by the Raiders. And we see something that, you know, frankly, I mean, at least Ash and I have been in this press box a lot of times these last few years, and we haven't seen the Titans behind very many times. Simon is first time calling football, but he's been working with TSPN for a year, and Parker, of course, just a freshman. Parker is a legacy. His mom, Sarah Kirkpatrick Boyd, classmate of mine here at Trinity. So always love to see alum kids join us as part of Titan Nation. And kickoff is going to be taken by Deuce Mason. He's tackled. Good hard hit by Jace Rhodes. Jace has had a really strong first half on offense, defense, and now special teams. So
Flag on the far side. Not sure what the call is going to be. Up at the 44-yard line.
yeah,
Looks like they're picking it up, though.
yeah. I don't see anybody talking to the. It might have just fallen out of his pocket.
Maybe. That was.
Oh no, I do think there is going to be a penalty.
Looks like it now.
Yeah, they're coming over. I mean, kick return, more times than not, it's going to be a blocking penalty on the receiving team.
Yeah, I think Titans are very capable of scoring this. I think it's going to be either Isaiah or Fat Rat, just probably on a one play, at least try and get a field goal out.
Titans have a minute left on the clock to work with, so they're gonna have to be quick and efficient get upfield if they're gonna try to score to end the half.
2 timeouts though, so
Yeah, it's a personal foul on Trinity. So wasn't great field position to begin with, and it's going to be a whole lot worse, which with only a minute 6 definitely complicates the efforts to try and get some more points on the scoreboard before halftime.
definitely. I think Deuce tried to get lateral rather than just take what he had, and
Yeah.
he almost broke it, but
Yeah, it must have been like a crackback block, which would be a personal foul. Clouds a little foreboding right over the James River here. Pressure on Tegan. It's nearly picked off as double coverage on Devion Brown there.
Intended for number 4, Davion Brown.
A lot of pressure on the quarterback there. I think he was just trying to get rid of it, maybe just salvage the play out.
Number 5, Chris
Great coverage by Northwest. Other that play.
I think this is a good look for the Titans. It's Robinson and Fat Rat both on the same side. It's Case Rhodes and Daniel Skoog. Skoog now moved.
Yeah, it's a run to CJ Gray. He's got a bit of a hole, but good job by the linebacking core of Northcross, especially Nate Hayes to come in there. But there is a late flag, and that's a huge help for the Titans. I think that's going to be unnecessary roughness after the whistle blew, and it's going to give the Titans some decent field position and a new set of downs. And just been so impressed with how disciplined Northcross has been all day, but lost their discipline just a little bit on that play. And that's going to result in a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Trinity.
I think that's just key of the moment and not hearing the whistle, but foul, and we'll take it. It's going to make it a lot better field position. I would look something short over the middle, Sam DeFrancesca maybe.
Well, and again, still two timeouts for the Titans. Ball's now out to the 32, so you really, it opens a lot more things up for you. Malcolm Bell calling in the play. It is a handoff. 5 yards.
Looks like Trinity is just going to be kind of content letting it go. No timeout here, running the ball.
I would be surprised. I don't know. I agree they're not calling timeout, but I think they're going to try something. I really do.
Clock under 25 seconds.
Robinson well covered, and it's going to be third down with 20 seconds to go.
He slipped. I'm a little bit surprised Tatum didn't look away from him. He slipped pretty early.
Sorry, I'm just go
Turf
ahead.
still might be wet from
Yeah.
last night's big storm.
Right.
And it's definitely been impacting the offense. Definitely a few slip ups early in this game.
No, that's a great point, Parker. We've seen, you're right, at least 2-3 times guys have just slipped coming out of their break. There is a flag.
Might be a second bench warning.
Yeah, well, which would be a 5-yard penalty,
5-yard penalty.
which is going to probably result in a first down. It can be awfully close. Really close. Maybe just
Half a yard. if
Yeah.
that.
inches shy, if that.
I'm not sure how much it matters. I think 4 down territory no matter what.
Yeah, with 20 seconds. I mean, from here, it looks like the football is a little bit further than where the chains are. So
Maybe.
I'm surprised that, yeah, it is a first down. Okay.
The play results in a Titans first down.
Yeah, it's not maybe as impactful as it would be if there were more time on the clock, because you don't have a whole lot of time left as it is, but still gives you a little bit of peace of mind that you have a fresh set of downs. All right, first down, Trinity from their own 42, trailing 14-7.
And
Yeah, not much.
There's about no gain. Maybe
Hurry up
1 yard
again.
at most.
Not
calling
not
a
calling timeout. They're going to get one last play off. Another handoff. He stays on his
Still up.
feet, and it was a tough run there. I think that's Carson, but he's wearing a different number than our program has. But I believe that was Carson Parks on the carry. So first half in the books. North-Cross coming into Aycock Stadium, and they have taken a 14-7 halftime lead. And before we break, let's get some thoughts. Simon, I'll start with you. How would you assess the first half that we saw here?
I think we came out looking very sharp, and I think we almost look less conditioned than North-Cross does. North-Cross, not a lot of subs, and they've been pounding the rock, and they still have a ton of burst. And we've looked a little bit slow at moments, just not taking full advantage of what we've had.
And before I call on you, Parker, something that just occurred to me that I want to add to what you said. North-Cross did play a game last week. I believe they won, I think, 56-0. But I do think there is that advantage when you've already had a real game versus the Titans playing their first real game of the season, where maybe they are a little sharper and they were able to work out some of the kinks. But now, hopefully, from the Trinity standpoint, that the guys have a half in the books, got the nerves out, worked out the kinks. Hopefully that will help. It helped us because we had our own difficulties there for the first few minutes. All right, Parker, calling on you here from your vantage point up in the press box. What did you see?
North-Cross has been really run heavy. I think they've really wore down this defense for the Titans. It's definitely shown at the end of that second half. They were slow to getting to the ball and helped the North-Cross get upfield and result in that touchdown at the end of the second quarter. They've also had great coverage on Titan wide receivers so far. And, really helped them keep this game close at one score.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to underscore something each of you said. Parker, your point about the coverage is really important. I mean, Trinity has Isaiah Robinson, 4-star commit to UVA, big-time ACC Division I player, and Devion Brown, a junior with offers from just about every major program in the country. And, yes, Devion had that first touchdown, but even that wasn't bad coverage. They just didn't bring him down on the tackle. But we have not seen those guys get open the way you would expect with their pedigree. So real credit to North-Cross on that. And then, Simon, to your point, the conditioning, I do think, almost everyone on North-Cross is playing on both sides of the ball. I mean, we see guys like Hart and Lang and Hines and Rhodes and Skoog playing offense and defense, playing every snap. And at least for the first half, they've looked fit as a fiddle. It'll be interesting, though, as the game wears on. And there are some Trinity guys that play both ways, to be sure. But Trinity does have a little more depth. Will that depth pay off for the Titans in the second half? I think that's going to be a big question that helps decide, ultimately, this game.
I suspect it will. I think we're going to come out looking sharp. I think Mr. Mickens is going to get on some guys, and we're going to tighten it up.
Well, I definitely think we're in for a game that's going to be a fight to the finish. We will take a break for a few minutes here, catch our breaths, get hydrated a little bit. It is quite sticky up here in the press box on this late August day, but thanks everybody for your patience with us. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning, but we're rolling now. Can the Titans get rolling in the second half? Stick around to find out. We'll be back. Welcome back. We're in for a great second half. Hopefully the rain will hold off. The skies are dark above Aycock Stadium right here on the banks of the James River in Richmond, Virginia. And the North Cross Raiders from Roanoke, Virginia have made the long trip east and played a great first half. Raiders, two-time defending Vista Division II state champions, and they're showing why. Titans have won 2 of the last 3 D1 state championships and were runners-up last year. And it's been a good, competitive, hard-nosed first half of football. And we are about to get the second half underway. Daniel Skoog set to kick off for the Raiders. It's a good kick. Drives Deuce Edwards all the way back to his own goal line. Deuce with a stutter step, and he got out across the 20. A flag went down.
2 flags on the field.
Okay.
One up by the Titan 40, and one down
I
by
thought that
the
might have been a
tackle.
horse collar maybe on the tackle and a hold as well. Or maybe they're both for holding. We'll wait and
like a
see. I shouldn't
hold.
speculate. Anyway, to me from up here, it looked like a horse collar, but of course Deuce has hair flowing out the back of his helmet, so you are allowed to grab onto the hair. So maybe that's what the tackler used to bring him down. Yeah, hold against the Titans. That's the only signal we see. So bad field position again for Trinity. Their own 13-yard line. And Trinity, first play from scrimmage was a 47-yard touchdown to Devion Brown. And since then, the Titans have not gotten back on the scoreboard. Did drive it down inside the 10, but got turned over on downs about midway through the second quarter. And Northcross took advantage and took the lead. Tegan Logan sprints right. Little inside hand to Devion Brown. Great first play. I'm not even sure if that wasn't a direct snap to Brown, but my eyes were on Tegan. But a 15-yard gain, but Devion also a little shaken up at the end of the play. And he limps off, which is huge news for the Titans. Second down handoff to Carson Parks. He runs between the tackles for a solid gain of about 7 as they went really quick there.
Carson Parks with the carry.
A lot more explosive at the start of this drive than they were in the second half. So hopefully that's a good sign for the Titans offense.
Brown still out talking to team doc Steve Reese. Another handoff to Parks. He fights ahead, and I think he got the first down. That was a tough run by Carson Parks. Another flag.
Looks like Brown is just stretching his calf.
Yeah, well, this is definitely cramping type weather, as I mentioned in the first half. Humid, early season. It is another hold on Trinity. We've seen at least 4 or 5.
I think might even be 6. It's been just a little bit undisciplined. I think a majority have come from kickoffs or punt returns, but
well, that's a huge one. I mean, it negates would have been a first down and said it's going to be 2nd and 9. And just when the Titans look to be building some momentum here to open the third quarter, crucial penalty.
I think Titans need to get Braxton involved. Maybe 1 target, no receptions.
That ball is caught by Deuce Mason for a great gain. Deuce Mason, he's so quick. He's not the biggest dude in the world, to say the least, but really quick. And that was a 15-yard gain and a first down.
He just barely come in front of Tristan Lang, and that he got to the ball and was able to turn upfield, and that was the difference. Was hard angle.
Nice timing, too. This time it's Isaiah Robinson, and he lost his footing again. I think that's the 4th time we've seen a Titan player all kind of in the same area of the field outside the hash marks on the near sideline. And Parker made a good point that we got a ton of rain last night, and that's the part of the field that's in the shade more so and maybe just hasn't fully dried out. Although I haven't really seen a Northcross player slip either, so it's been unfortunate for Trinity. 2nd and 10. That's a good fake. He's got Isaiah. He's got a step on him. Just overthrew him, and that was exactly the play that Malcolm Bell dialed up. Isaiah Robinson was open.
Second ball, pretty much the same route that Hagen's just overthrown by maybe a yard, and might just be a little bit tight in first game, but that's got to get tightened up as we get later in the year.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 here. It's a beautiful play design by offensive coordinator Malcolm Bell. Timeout. Northcross?
I believe Northcross.
First charge timeout in the second half, Northcross.
So yeah, Northcross has not been shy about using their timeouts. They used all 3 in the first half early, and calling one here early in the second half. And in a game that, in my opinion, is going to come down to the final possession. Probably, having as many timeouts as possible for clock reasons is important. So I see that. They've gotten the mustard out, which is the old school way of combating cramps, is straight mustard. And I see some of the assistant coaches passing that out, which is, Parker, what do you think? Just drinking mustard? How does that sound to you?
Never been the biggest mustard fan, but
Better than
whatever
mayo,
works.
though, right? Northcross called that timeout, I guess, to make sure they were lined up properly, but it also gives Coach Bell a chance to talk to his offensive guys and make sure they're on the right play.
Looked like Fat Rat wanted to get in. And
Yeah.
He's now back off with his helmet off.
Some pressure coming up the middle. Yes, it's
Catch.
caught by Sam DeFrancesca. It was a little screen there. That ball fella get hung in the air forever. It is going to be, I think, just short of a first down. There is a flag, though, which is illegal downfield, ineligible downfield. So it would have been 4th and 1. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and much longer. And
that would've
that's a
been-
loss of down penalty, isn't it? So they're bringing the punt unit out.
Remains 3rd down.
They're not
Remains
okay.
third down.
That's I was gonna say they're bringing the offense back out, but it will be 3rd and 15.
Fat Rat still off the field.
That is just about the worst sentence a Trinity football fan could hear.
Now they're reverting to 4th down.
Yeah,
No?
I think it should be 3rd down. I mean, if they're going to accept the penalty, they should get to replay 3rd down. The only reason I said it was 4th down, I saw the punter come out, but that's what confused folks. But it's 3rd and 15. 2 receivers to the wide side, Isaiah Robinson and Deuce Edwards. Now they put Edwards in motion. Good protection, nice pocket, and Isaiah Robinson with the catch. And he hangs in there for a 25-yard gain. Great pass by Tegan Logan. And Simon, you called out Tegan a couple times for overthrowing receivers, but he absolutely put a bullet in there to Isaiah. If that was a little bit slower, it would have been going the other way. Great job. And now it's Isaiah Robinson again with good gain of 5 yards. And that was just a huge play in the game to get momentum back on the side of the Titans.
I just barely caught that ball. We saw it kind of fumbled it as he was receiving the ball, but he held on and got upfield for a big Trinity.
Then a quick screen to him. Now Isaiah's coming off for Deuce Edwards. Deuce Mason also on the field.
Yeah, a lot of weapons on this Titan team. You just mentioned several of them. You also mentioned Braxton Brooks, who doesn't have a catch yet, but he was huge in the scrimmage. There's Carson Parks, who's been getting most of the carries in the last few possessions after C.J. Gray got the bulk of the carries early. And it's going to be 3rd
Made by number 50,
and 2.
Sandra Frogner.
Titans just consistently looking to go quick.
Parks again gets a first down. He really hit that hole. And, there's fast and then there's being a running back. And obviously the best running backs are both, but Parks, his vision seems to be really good. And I know he's really fast as well. He kind of came in billed as a track star, but I've been really impressed with his patience. He waits for the hole and then he hits it. One of the Raiders linemen down there So there's going to be an injury timeout. And
Might be cramping, holding that right leg for just a
it
sec.
does
Looks
seem like it. Yeah, the way that the trainer's pushing on his leg is kind of the universal treatment for cramps with a side of mustard. But I think I called this early that cramping was likely to be an issue, and it just always is in these humid late summer games. Even as you watch college football this weekend, there's great games. Even at that level, you'll see some of that. That Miami Florida game tomorrow in the swamp, it's gonna be like 95 degrees and 80% humidity in Gainesville. Yeah. Humidity in this press box is about 90%, I think. All right, so first possession here of the third quarter has been a nice drive put together by the Titans, a huge third down conversion to Isaiah Robinson, another third down conversion there on the handoff to Carson Parks, and Trinity has gotten it inside the 25 to the 24, where they'll have first and 10 as the Raiders have to sub out their injured defensive player. And North Cross only has about 11 or 12 subs, a much smaller roster compared to Trinity.
I think this drive has been huge positive for Trinity. It's the first we've really moved the ball, and it hasn't been big chunk plays. We've had
Needed to
had
end in
big
points.
chunks, and
It
now
could
Sam
be
Efran,
here.
he got
Caught.
the catch.
It's a touchdown, Titans. Sam DiFrancesca at the goal line.
Might be spotted.
Yeah, it might be
short.
spotted just inside the one.
Tackle made at the 1 yard line.
Amazing catch.
What
Way
a
to get
catch
those
by
feet in there.
DiFran.
First and goal, Titans.
I think this is going to be the same taking up the middle that we've seen a couple of times now, and just
Yeah, and
power at home.
you know, I'm so accustomed to waiting for the replay in college and NFL that I keep waiting for him to challenge, but you can't do that in
Bad
high school.
snap.
Yeah, bad snap though. Gosh, really
Sucks.
unfortunate. It was first and goal from inside the 1, and now that bad snap is going to push it out to about the 3.
Number 55, LeVar Brown.
I think that benefits Trinity oddly. I think we work so well in space with the speed that we have, being able to.
Yeah,
just
although
outrun
you know it would have
folks.
benefited more, it would have been a touchdown. But
Yeah.
I hear you. Timeout North Cross.
Second charge.
And just like the first half, they called 2 timeouts within the first 5 minutes and leaves them with only 1 to go in this game. But I hear what you're saying, Simon, and I do agree. I think this team is more built to play in space. But, gosh, at the half-yard line, you wish just a good snap. And while they're back on their heels, you put it in and hopefully, connect on the extra point and tie things up. But now out of the 3, still got some work to do. And also with the holding penalties we've seen, if you were to have another one of those, it would push you back obviously even further.
Yeah, the Titans have really persevered through this drive. Tons of different flags on them, holding back and while they're in their own territory, and they've really had a great job of continuing getting upfield no matter what the call is. And now they're looking to strike back and tie up this game with 7.5 minutes left on the third quarter.
I would look for Carson Parks trying to go to the edge off of Tate and going up the middle that they've seen so many times to get these little 3-yard gains.
All right, so second and goal coming out of the North Cross timeout. 7:37 to go. That's what I was going to say. As we get ready to see the second and goal, just want to thank everybody who's joined us. Welcome to all the North Cross fans, as your team has had a phenomenal first half, and they're going to try and put a goal line stand and hang on to this lead. Carson Parks close to the end zone, no signal yet.
Inside the 1 is spot.
Wow, so close, but no
It's gonna
touchdown.
Hurry up. I think it's going to be the same thing or it's going to be taken right up the middle.
Well, and the Titans pretty much never operate from under center, but they do here, and it's a sneak by Tegan Logan. Waiting for a signal. No signal yet. Officials conversing. I don't think they're going to give it to him, though.
Surprising there, he had a big push at the start of the play. I'm really surprised he didn't go over that line.
Yeah, they have a better angle than we do. And now it is a touchdown. It is a touchdown. I was just about to say, from up here, I thought he got in, but obviously you got to be 100% sure. And after some discussion, it is a Tegan Logan touchdown. And I was just saying, Trinity operates almost exclusively out of the shotgun, and Tegan came up and took it right from under the center. We rarely see that, and he powered his legs in. Tegan's a strong kid, and his running has been a big factor this entire game. So extra point here by Evan Goldschmidt is blocked. A huge, huge play in the ball game that preserves the lead for the Raiders.
That's going to be big later in this game because the Titans will have to score 2 if Northcross scores another touchdown. And if Northcross does score another touchdown and get an extra 2 up, it will be a 2-possession game.
Yeah, Evan Goldschmidt, he's a great kicker. He, of course, made the huge 38-yard field goal last year to send the Titans to the state title. He's very reliable on extra points last year. But you got to give credit to Northcross. They got a great push and came through and got the block.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate. I think one thing to note is that it's starting to rain just a little bit. At least it was, but looks like it's going to start to clear up. Starting to see some blue skies. I think got to tighten up a little bit. I think that's big. Getting it blocked is unfortunate.
Well, and in a game this close, momentum is so big, and the Titans earned the momentum with that long. I mean, I think it ended up being like an 88-yard drive covered over 5 minutes, and you make that extra point, you're tied, you got the momentum. That block kind of prevents you from, or at least taps the brakes on that momentum, which is great if you're a Northcross fan.
That's the first full kickoff, and
good coverage by the Titans.
that's good gang tackling. Jack Brotherton was in there, number 12.
Tackle made by number 20, KJ Harris.
KJ Harris and Jack Brotherton with the tackle of the return by Jaziel Hart. And we've had several Raiders who've really played a huge role in that first half for them getting the lead, but Jaziel Hart has got to be near the top of that list. So bringing him down is a challenge. So great job by the Titan special teams.
It's got to be him and then Skoog have been a majority of their offensive yards when it's been chunk plays.
Play fake, looking deep. It is caught. What a catch by Jace Rhodes. That is a 41-yard gain.
Definitely went up there, grabbed that ball. Great catch. Wasn't even that bad of a coverage. Yeah, defender might have even had a hand on it. He pulled that ball in.
Yeah, I totally agree, Parker. Josiah Walker was right there. Jace Rhodes just a little bit taller. Josiah is, a little on the shorter side, like you and me. And it really was just the quarterback put it up, and Rhodes did a great job to come down with it. And speaking of momentum, that gives it right back to the Raiders. Go ahead, Simon.
I think that's a couple of times that they've exploited the height difference that we've had. That's another good run just right up the middle, though. Done that effectively and often.
Like a gain of 3 for Ross, so have it. Second and 7.
Northcross has really used a lot of the play clock when they've been able to, and just kind of trying to keep the clock moving and shorten this game. This time it's a pitch, and he is thrown for a loss. Great job by the Titan defense there. Trey Cherry got into the backfield.
Great, he really got to that ball quick. Quarterback rolling out, and receiver right there, and he got to the ball quick and pulled the North Cross back a few yards.
I think Titans have done a great job of securing the edge, and when North Cross hasn't just been taking up the middle, it's been pretty frequently short gains or known.
3rd and 11. Yeah, and Simon, no, that's a good point. I mean, between the tackles, they've had some success, but they haven't gotten wide. They go between the tackles here. Good job by the Titan defense to stiffen.
A gain of 4 right there.
Yeah,
but
Keon Montgomery
Mason
with the
Love.
tackle.
It's Mason Love. We've heard his name a ton today, and he's been amazing.
Yeah. All right, 4th and 6.
It's 4th and 6.
And North Cross going to go for it here.
I suspect it'll be something to Jace Rhodes again.
They snap it. He's looking over the middle. Intercepted by Deuce Edwards.
He's got
Deuce looking to make a return. He
He
breaks the
makes
tackle.
Get upfield.
Deuce across the 50, across the 40, finally brought down inside the 35 of North Cross. Huge play by Deuce Edwards.
I've heard him talk all week that he's going to get a big kick, and there it is. He's played a lot of corner last year, and he's been playing some safety today, and he's looked amazing when playing deeper and just roaming.
Yeah, great job by Deuce. He read it perfectly. I heard a couple of the North Cross fans below us wanting maybe a defensive holding, but thought the Titans played it perfectly. And then not only the INT, but a return of about 45 yards to put the Titans into great field position. And quick timeout on the field. I think they just need to get the chain set, as the chain gang got a little excited and took the chains a little further than the ball was. But yeah, that interception got all of us off our seats, except Briggs. But no, we're having fun up here in the booth. Parks, he's really emerged in this game. Makes a nice run there, picks up 3. So Carson Parks is a guy who moved here from Colorado last year, and he's
He's been our bell cow today.
bell cow's the word I was looking for. Yeah, really just he's been really solid. 3 to about 8 yards every time he carries the ball and keeps you in good down and distance. He has to come out here and CJ Gray back in. Fake. He's got an open receiver. Touchdown Titans. Braxton Brooks from Tegan Logan.
It's his second target and first touchdown on 1 reception. That's a huge play.
And Parker, you called it earlier that the Titans would probably need to go for 2 after the missed extra point, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So the offense stays on the field. Trinity regains the lead. What a beautiful play design. Braxton Brooks was wide open, and Tegan Logan with a beautiful pass.
Really taking back the momentum. Then
Yeah, for sure.
Back of the half.
Big 2-point conversion here, though. You know, obviously, if you get it, put that lead back at 7. If you don't, then a North Cross
5.
touchdown, would put them back on top, of course. So this is a huge play in the ball game as the Titans look to make up for the previous extra point that was blocked.
I'll look Tegan.
It is Tegan with the keeper. He's got some room. He beats him to the edge, and the 2-point conversion is good.
That's been pounding it up the middle is play action, get the touchdown, and then Kagan finally pulled one and got the corner. And I think that'll be there a lot this year if teams can't tackle with a corner.
Yeah, Simon, you called it. Tony Romo-esque ability to foresee the play. And might I also shout out, I don't know if he's watching, but Silvio Troy, my main man who did this job with me for the last 3 years. And, of course, we've had Ash up here with us the last 2 years, and Ash's sibling Jeffrey before that. And Silvio, if you're watching, my man, we miss you. Hope you're off to a good start at Tech. And these guys are have big shoes to fill. And it took 2 color commentators to fill your shoes, Silvio, but got Simon Kahn and Parker Boyd up here with Ash and I and our spotter / statistician Briggs. And feels good to have the Titans back on top with 3:23 to go in the third quarter. But North Cross has explosive players all over the field, and obviously this one's far from over, but I do think maybe, do you think, Simon, the first signs of fatigue a little bit for the North Cross Raiders, who clearly don't have as many bodies as the Titans?
I think a little bit. I think we could see a bit of the floodgates opening and getting the Titans. It's been 2 quick scores here.
It's a nice kickoff by Goldschmidt. It's going to make it to the end zone. A little bit of a risk there taken by Rhodes, because if that doesn't make it into the end zone, it's a live ball. But it did, so Raiders will take over at the 20-yard line.
I'd be interested to see. I think this next drive is really going to decide the game. I think if North Cross can't move it very effectively, then I think Trinity is just going to take over. I think we saw it with Deuce finally getting a read on deep ball. Like, he's been looking for it and finally got one.
Well, and you mentioned him at safety. In the first part of the Indian River scrimmage, he was playing corner, and they actually moved him to safety during the scrimmage, which that's why you have scrimmages, is to learn those things about your team. And the defense was much better when they moved him there. So I think they figured that out. Indian River was a really good team that came up from the 757, and I got to say I learned a lot at that scrimmage, and so did the Titan coaches.
I think having Deuce, he's our biggest corner when you say corner, but having a bigger body to help at safety, we have, I think he's our only corner over 6 foot, and it shows sometimes.
Look for the inside there. Wow, nice move. And there's Deuce Edwards coming up and making the tackle from that safety position. It looks like
down tight.
Yeah, one of the Titans a bit slow to get up. I think that's Sam DeFrancesca.
Yeah.
Like it.
Looks like Miles Love is preparing to get in. I think Deuce is he was quiet the first half, but he's made himself known here. He's been flying around the field. He got the pick. He's gotten a tackle here. It's what we want to see out of him this year, and what I think we'll see next year at West Virginia.
Right, and that's exactly what I was about to say is, I mean, Deuce is the most experienced guy in this defense. He's been starting for 4 years. West Virginia commit, had offers from all over. And so, yeah, I mean, he's your all-state, all-metro, all-prep, everything. And that's what you got to have those guys step up. Good to see DeFran walk off under his own power. Looks like he's nodding his head in a kind of like, I'm basically okay, I think.
They were calling for mustard, so
beautiful.
I think it was just a cramp, but
yeah, I should have set the over-under on cramping at about 6 today. I think that's the 4th. I'm taking the over. All right, it's 2nd and 4 for the Raiders.
Deuce is really taking this momentum back for Trinity, and North Cross was getting down the field, and they had that big play for Deuce, and he got got up the field and led to that touchdown, and it's really led for a big momentum change in this game. If Titans can elaborate this with this drive against Northcross, like Simon said, it's going to be a big drive right here.
All right, so here we go. 2nd and 4. 3 minutes left in the third. They're looking to
Houston
throw,
is
looking
also
deep,
at the end.
and it's complete to Rhodes. Big gain, 30-plus yard pass, and this Northcross team, every time you think the Titans are starting to kind of gain control in the game, Northcross hits them with a counter punch. Once again, similar to a play in the first half where the corner bit and they went deep. In the first half, Deuce Edwards got over to break it up, but this time they went to the far hash, and that made Deuce have to cover more ground, and he couldn't get there in time. Big gain for Northcross.
I'd definitely be interested to hear. I'm going to try and talk to Mr. Mickens, because that's happened a couple of times where it feels like it's almost been blown coverage.
Yeah, it might be zone, but it's a lot of real estate for Rhodes, who's obviously a very dangerous player. This time it's Nate Bonds on the run between the tackles, and he picks up 5.
I think this is exactly the drive that Northcross needed. They've come out, they've looked a little bit fatigued in their first offensive drive, and they've come out and they've looked very sharp here. And if it continues like this, Titans could be in trouble.
Well, the Titans have shown the ability to fight back through this game, and they're down at the half and come back with a 14-point quarter. So what's going to happen here?
Great job
that
there.
Play smothered.
Jordan Stith says, not on my watch. Loss of yardage there for Jazeel Hart.
I think that's the first time Titans have really gotten into the backfield on an inside run. Anything in between the tackles felt like it's been
Positive
4 or
yards,
5 yards every time.
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
There was a loss.
Sorry to interrupt you, Simon, but I don't know if Northcross had a play go for negative yardage prior to that. I mean,
Not many.
no sacks. I mean, we're kind of used to this Titan defense the last few years, putting a lot of teams behind the sticks and 2nd and 3rd in long situations. Some pressure here. Low throw is incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down. Really curious if Northcross goes for it here. Probably will at the 40 of the Titans.
I think
or
this is
38,
a little
I
bit
should
of
say.
no man's land.
I agree.
and
It's 4th down.
I would look maybe a triple option type play. No. Looked like they had 3 lined up in the backfield.
Yeah, and
They have their three of their main targets on the right with, again, Hart isolated on Josiah Walker.
so here it comes. Huge 4th down play. He looks left. One-on-one coverage up there. Knocked down by KJ, and a late flag comes out. And that's going to be huge. I mean, KJ Harris got his hands on it, and I was just about to say that actually not catching it was better, because on 4th down it was going to come out to
I
the
was about to say the
38.
Same thing.
But I think that penalty is going to probably keep the ball in Raider. Yep, pass interference, and we try not to, criticize officials up here, but it looked to me like Josiah was just step for step. I didn't see much in that.
I think Josiah just a little bit too physical. It's unfortunate, but
Yeah, it's one of those that you might phrase it like you've seen those not called. I mean, I think if no flag was thrown, I don't think Northcross would have been going crazy, but referees decided there was a little too much contact, like you said, Simon, a little too physical, and on 4th and about 6, they get a 15-yard PI penalty to move the ball and move the chains down to the Titan 23.
I think the thing to look here is now Walker on Skoog. That's a much bigger height difference. Big run.
That's going to be
Yeah,
first down.
make some guys miss. A really great run there by Tristan Lang. Picks up
Work a few-
another 1st down. He picked his way through a lot of traffic there.
Tackle made by number 44, Jackson.
I'll be interested to see, especially as the year goes on, feels like Josiah's almost been targeted. And if you had told me that coming into today, I would have thought you were crazy. But they've definitely looked, he's looked, I don't want to say a liability because he hasn't been, but he's definitely been the weakest link.
First down from just outside the 10. It's Lang again between the tackles. Not much there. Picked up about 2, maybe 3. I think that's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
I was about to say, I think Northcross is going to use this to run the clock out.
Well, it's a chance for these guys to hydrate. I mean, most of these Northcross guys are playing every snap on offense, defense, and special teams. It also takes them away from the Trinity student section that should be getting loud and making it a little harder on the offense. Good crowd today for the home opener. I'm sure you all can see there's fans kind of ringing around. You can't see our student section from our perch up here, but solid crowd on a hot day, and Trinity tried a virtual school day today. Simon, what'd you think?
I didn't mind it. I got to wake up a little bit later, and then my last 2 classes of the day was in English and then study hall that went for about a total 10 minutes. So
Nice. How about you, Parker?
Around the same. I had a few bigger classes at the beginning, but towards the middle of the day we have lunch and then had study hall and Titan prep to end it. So not much work today.
Nice. Well, heading into a Labor Day weekend full of great college football games, that's for sure.
big baseball too.
Pennant race is heating up. Some,
Yankees lost a series to the Nationals.
yeah, feisty young
saying
Nationals
that-
team. I always like to see the Yankees lose as a Red Sox fan. Parker's an Orioles fan. He likes to see the Yankees lose. So,
I love watching the Yankees.
Only thing I share with the Red Sox fan is in the
well, we're both Commanders fans, so we got that in common. Plus, my guy Briggs and our PA guy Whit Farrell. Welcome to Virginia. This is Commanders country. All right, big play here. Second down from the 9-yard line. They go after Josiah again. Catch is made, but well out of bounds. And I thought that was great coverage by Josiah. I mean, you're right, Simon. They are kind of targeting him, picking on him a little bit, and he's probably given up, 5 or 6 inches to the receiver there, which I think was Skoog. But he's right with him and was able to use his body positioning to force Skoog out to make it third down.
He has the same thing in basketball. He knows how to use his body. He's physical, never scared.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
what
man.
we need out of him.
I love Josiah. He is just such an athletic, hardworking, smart kid. They go with a little jet sweep here. Great
Right
tackle. There's that man again, Mason Love. He has been the best tackler on the team today, the junior. And that was a huge one for tackle for a loss there on third down. And I'm sure Northcross will go for it here. Field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good, down 7.
I mean, giving a sneak peek to the Titan Player of the Week for whatever we do that on, whether that's the podcast.
Yeah,
I think
I'd say he's the leader
their
right
leader.
now. At least certainly on the defensive side of the ball. Deuce Edwards probably in the conversation as well, but could be, hey, if somebody gets a sack here on fourth down, put them in the conversation.
Low
Snap
snap.
is low, throw is
Across.
late, pass is
Incomplete.
broken up. No flags, great coverage, Trey Cherry. Hey, that's another Commanders fan right there. Trey Cherry doing it.
amazing coverage right there.
It
We
really
almost had
was.
him open.
And Trey's pretty much been in the box most of the game, so seeing what he can do in coverage, great job by Trey Cherry, just a sophomore. A lot of sophomores on this Titan defense. Josiah, Khalid Rayner, Deuce Mason, Trey Cherry.
That was a great look for him. he's still giving up a bit of hype, but he got in there and he broke it up. Deuce was right there, and they're really just a full unit, and they're all playing as one. Outside of 2 plays, really, it's been everyone perfectly on the same page.
Yeah, if you go back and look at this game later on, that might be one of the biggest plays of this game, stopping
Yep.
them and preventing a tie, making this a little more stressful for the Titans. But easy on, sneak up the middle. That's close to a first down.
Yeah, no,
maybe 8.
I agree with you 100%, Parker. I think that was that 4th down stop. Snap was a little low, which may have thrown off the timing a little bit, but, I mean, Trey Cherry's coverage was perfect. Good gain on 1st down by Tegan Logan.
That rat back in. He's
Oh.
in the backfield.
There he is with the ball.
Oh,
Carries for 5 and a 1st down. And,
That was
yeah,
something we talked about at halftime. Just find any way to get him the ball. He goes there. He found the running lane.
He's going to
but
hobble
he's
off,
coming
but
right back off.
yeah, I just think, when you're fighting through cramps, it hurts really badly. But our producer, Ash Bell, has been following the treatment of Fat Rat the whole time he's been out and, told us he was going to come back. And, Ash, you were right. He came back, at least for one play. All right, 1st down. Defran's back in the game, too, which is good to see. Tegan takes off again. He
And
picks up a
breaks
1st
free.
down right up the middle.
That's another 1st down.
Great gain. 15 yards by Tegan Logan.
That's he needs to do that more if we're going to win the championship. He's big, he's strong, and he knows how to make men miss. And he showed it right there.
Showing a lot this drive and this half of the game. He got the middle,
Oh,
and he
big
breaks
hit,
free.
Gray.
CJ Gray showing off his
He's taking it
speed.
to the house.
He could go all the way. Touchdown, Titans. CJ Gray takes it 57 yards for the score.
We talked about him having breakaway speed. He finally got a chance to get through and not have to break tackles, and he was just gone.
Yeah, he really showed off his speed right there, and that might be the nail in the coffin for Northcross right there, now down by 2 scores.
Well, I think that's 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns in the second half for Trinity.
I think that's a really good, the fact that we have 2 backs, that we have
No
Carson.
good on the
Uh,
extra
I
point,
think
though.
he got tipped
block
there.
again.
Yeah.
We have Carson who's just going to run through people, and then we can still sub him out and break away.
Yeah, and that's exactly what CJ Gray did in the scrimmage against Indian River, which was a team that was deep and athletic. And once he gets past the line in open field, not many guys are going to catch him.
I think a big thing to see is we're doing this all without Fat Rat. He's been out most of, like, maybe 3 downs this half, and
I think one.
I think he got 2 first drive, came out with cramps, and then got that handoff, and that's
Okay, yeah, that first drive feels like a long time ago, but yeah. All right, 27-14, 9:43 to go. I mean, we've seen Northcross move the ball down the field pretty much most drives, so I don't necessarily agree yet that it's the dagger. It's getting closer. They're on the ropes, but I think the Titans need another stop here, or else all of a sudden, it's going to be game on again.
I think we talked about it at half, and it was Trinity has come out and be sharper, and they've done just that.
Fair catch there by the up man, Nate Bonds, and it'll be Raiders ball at the 33.
First and 10 Northcross from their own 32-yard line.
I think the defense has looked much better this half. I think we've seen them get in the backfield, and they've been fighting through blocks, and it's been they still managed to get a few yards between tackles, but it's been a lot less.
Yeah, I think the rest of the half really helped them out, and with the offense more on the field with 3 scores and 3 drives have really helped them stay restful, be able to hold Northcross, and that's another bad snap.
Yeah, another low snap. Going to be a loss of about 4 yards, and that's exactly what Northcross did not need as they try and overcome this deficit.
I think the key is definitely starting to show a little bit. It's just a small rotation, and they're still playing extremely well. It's just Titans being able to get that rest and just showing.
Definitely think you called it. We said it in the second half, Mr. Raymond, that death might be big for Northcross.
There's Deuce flying down for a hit
Yeah.
there. That's
Well, and you look over on that Northcross sideline, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I don't even think they have 10 subs.
yeah.
So this is a roster with maybe 20, 25 guys at the most. And the thing is, you can see why they've won D2 the last 2 years, because they have their top end talent is big time. And the D2 level, schools are smaller, rosters are smaller. But I do think, at the D1 level, which Trinity is, you just have bigger schools, more boys, and typically that's going to lead to a little more depth. As an incomplete pass there, Trey Cherry was able to get into the quarterback's face and put the pressure on. 4th down and 7. And we've seen the Titans get off the field several times on 4th down today. I believe they've made 3 4th down stops, and this one would be massive if they could get one more stop here with just about 8 minutes left to go in the ball game.
I think Trey Cherry's looked great at that kind of slot corner outside linebacker role, and it's just he showed it there. He got in, he rushed the throw, he almost got hands on it. Looks like
Looks like a punt.
formation.
No, I mean they're showing punt. Play clock ran out, so delay a game. It was 4th and 7. That's going to make it 4th and 12. I don't think they're going to go for it. I mean, you're in your own territory. At the same
I fully
time,
expected them to go for it.
I did
there,
too.
And then
well, I thought
I
they'd go
think-
for it just because they have to have 2 scores, and with 8 minutes left, and they only have 1 timeout, they may not get the ball twice.
I think they almost expected to be going for it. It looked like their punt team wasn't ready for it.
Right, which is
and
what led to the delay. Oh, they are faking,
fake.
and they
Oh, it's in.
incomplete. Wow, that was a heck of a throw. The quote punter was the quarterback, Brock Miles, and it's funny. I heard some Trinity fans below us saying, "Watch the fake, watch the fake," and I was about to say it, and then I thought, no, they wouldn't fake it, would they? But they did, and it should have worked. It was a almost perfect play.
Oh, we got some Midland varsity football players down there. It could have been them. So.
Yeah.
I had said it first on the count punt. I thought they might. And I didn't think they would pull it out on a 4th and long. That's a really good play though. Almost could have been pass interference.
Yeah, there was some contact for sure. Actually, I think arguably more contact than the PI we did see called on Josiah a couple possessions ago.
I think that low snap there really just stopped the play and get that throw off in time. It just went off the fingers of the rush receiver.
Yeah, and that's the fatigue too, I think, because the snaps were perfect until really just recently, and that's now, I think, 3
On that drive.
on that drive alone, yeah, plus the 4th down on the previous drive.
I think that's a good. Oh, that's a good play.
Devion Brown is kind of limping gingerly, but still picked up about
Down
almost
to the
20 yards,
12.
but I think it's going to come back, and you're going to have yet another holding penalty on Trinity for the 6th or 7th time today.
Many times. I think that's just. I think Northcross is really fast across the line, and I know no one's stronger than our D line, but I think there's some times where it looks like they've gotten beat just laterally.
And that's probably the position group that's replacing the most from last year. You talk about Ryan Mitchell, the center last year, playing football at UPenn now, up in the Ivy League. Will Rosen, who's had opportunities to play at a lot of great D3 schools. He's ultimately chosen to go to UVA. And then Cooper Gardner, who's gone to Navy. I mean, that's 3 college linemen that graduated. Also, all 3 just exceptional leaders and really mature young men. So, I talked to offensive line coach Mitch Rosen before the game, and he said that he's having to work hard. It's a less experienced group, and there's going to be plenty when they look back at the film for this offensive line group to work on. With you think that's the 7th holding probably?
Something like that.
A few were in special teams, to be fair, but another loss of footing. Deuce Mason, I think he dropped it anyway, but that was a well-conceived play, but Deuce didn't quite hang on. I think his eyes got a little big. He saw some green in front of him and dropped it. So going to be 2nd and 16 from the 36.
I think back to the O-line, one thing that we've seen a lot that I feel like we didn't see much last year was we've had Sam staying in. He's been blocking a lot, and he's been amazing at it. He's put some guys on their backs, and
Deep ball here.
Yeah,
just out of reach.
He just overthrew Isaiah Robinson. Well, so you said about the blocking of Sam DeFrancesca there, Simon, so I really locked in on him that play, and he saved Tegan from a sack.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw a final block that allowed Tegan to get that throw off. Now, slight overthrow, but if that had been a touchdown, that would have been one of those hidden plays. These 2 straight incompletions, they stopped the clock. And that, if you're a Titan fan now with a 13-point lead is probably the one, thing that's your biggest asset right now is a running clock. So
Yeah, I think the Titans, even with the lead, really need to get this first down so they have the ability to run out that clock.
Well, he's not going to get the first down, Tegan Logan. He is going to get the clock moving and keep it rolling, gained 5 yards, but it'll be 4th and 11. So the clock rolls under 7 minutes.
I was going to say, I think the Titans might run it just to get the clock going. I think that's a really good decision by Tegan not to just try and throw something contested.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans don't go for it here, try and give Hugh Stone a little bit more space. Might go for it.
Yeah, I mean, offense on the field. It's too long for a field goal. You've already missed 2 extra points. It's going to be a first down. Braxton Brooks on the post route. Perfect throw by Tegan Logan, and that's the 2nd huge catch today for Braxton Brooks.
I thought he was going to have 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, and he just lost his footing just a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen Braxton lose his footing a couple of times, so Braxton might need some new cleats.
Maybe. I think he's been big. He's found space when we've needed people the most. It's been Braxton. There's Deuce Mason. Good block.
He's going
by
toward the
Braxton.
corner. It is not a
Not
TD.
good.
He's pushed out inside the 5, but
Looks like at the
Around the
2 and a
2, I
half,
think. Yeah.
maybe the 2. That's a great play. That was Braxton, the big block. Sam DeFrancesca again. There's a good screen. Just couldn't quite get in.
Yeah.
I would look last time from the 2. It was Tegan on the 2-point conversion. It was a play fake and him keeping it. I would look for Tegan to hand this off and just.
no, he does keep it, and he's going to be stopped short. Keeps going.
He might have gotten it. Put a hand across the goal.
Touchdown,
and
Titans!
Gonna be unnecessary roughness on 71. That's
Yeah, touchdown Tegan. I think this will be enforced, the penalty on either the point after or probably the kickoff. But
that's Brady Sakowitz. I mean, he took the defensive lineman
Wow.
and put him
In the
on
student section.
section.
yeah,
That's the
Great show of strength right there, really pushing in and getting that hand across the line at the last second just before he was taken down.
mm-hmm.
Get 33-14. 34.
Yeah, that was a really impressive run by Tegan. I mean, he was stopped at about the 2 or 3 and just kept his legs churning,
got
used
hit
that
behind
strength.
the line.
Yeah.
Kept going. That's can't ask for more out of him. He's missed 3 throws maybe today, and other than that, he's been perfect, or at least near perfect.
All right, it is a touchdown. It's going to be a dead ball, personal foul,
Okay, personal foul, unnecessary
and
on Trinity.
I can't think of what the movie is, but it's a movie where that happens. I'm totally blanking on.
where somebody blocks somebody into the stands.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues. Oh, football movies.
it's
15-yard penalty will be
kid gets adopted, and now there's a ton of controversy.
Evan Goldschmidt on for the BAT.
All right, really want to see Evan make this one. Had a couple blocked today. Got to get his confidence back up. Yeah,
The
that,
blind side. It's the blind side.
that kick is good. Ah, yes, the blind side.
You
All
know
right,
the scene I'm talking about.
I do, yeah.
5:53 remaining.
All right, Titans now with 27 consecutive points
34.
to take a 34-14 lead, and I believe that's 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns for the Titans.
They've come out, they've looked sharper, they've just looked better. I think this is if we can have second halves like this is what's going to separate us from other teams. I think we definitely started a little bit slow, but we've come out and it's been just strong.
I definitely think that's just because it's the first game of the season, just being like getting back out there, start of the season. But with a little bit of time under the belts, that definitely shown better football and it's Titan football right here.
Yeah, so the kickoff is going to be all the way back from the 25 after that
Evan Goldschmidt
post
set to kick off.
play penalty on the touchdown.
I think might be better off just going for that pooch kick again, just trying to recover an onside, rather than. I think they've shown their explosiveness.
Well, he does kick it deep, although whistles blew.
Offsides.
Yeah.
Gonna be another 5 yards back. Might end up kicking from our end zone.
And now we've got the referee throwing his hat, which is he'd already thrown his flag. So I think we might have something with one of the North Cross coaches who was in the official's ear might get that sorted out.
I think North Cross kind of gotten the momentum out of Trinity after 2 big penalties, and now they've kind of lost that if this is a penalty on them. Looks like he's pointing to one of the up men.
Penalty by each team.
All right, so we've got offsides on the kicking team,
On the kickoff by the Titans.
and then unsportsmanlike on North Cross, and I can guarantee you that was one of the coaches, because I kind of watched that whole thing unfold. I think one of the assistant coaches. It's hot. Momentum's against you. I mean, obviously we all want to show sportsmanship out here, but sometimes emotions get the better of us, and
From the Titans 35-yard line.
it's helps Trinity though, because now instead of having to kick off from their own 20, Goldschmidt's able to kick off from the 35. Student sections hung in pretty well in this heat. I thought it might dissipate a little, but you know, folks have stayed. No fair weather fans here in Titan Nation. Good long deep kick by Goldschmidt, fielded at the 15 by Rhodes. Good move by Rhodes. Makes a nice return out to the 35.
I think that might have been Carson Parson on the tackle. Unsure who else. That's a couple of guys got beat, but then kind of tightened up and bore down and got a tackle.
Back to what you said about the student section, all standing there. I think it's hard to leave a game when your home team is playing this well.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense has really stepped up, and offense has been incredible. It would be a game of about 3.
Brock Miles pass.
Yeah, Jazeel Hart again. He's going to sleep well tonight. I mean, he's done everything.
He's done
Offense,
everything
defense,
well.
special teams. Yeah, he has done everything well. Hart is a junior, so, I mean, I didn't hear what his college, you know, if he's being recruited or whatnot, but he looks like a college football player to me.
Another big tackle from Trey Cherry there. His first one there, and he's been very good.
He has,
Now
just a
he's lined up
sophomore.
and slot. He's moved all around and been good.
Ben Rosen came up and made that tackle for maybe a gain of a yard. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for the Raiders.
Touched on those low snaps and getting tired out on the line. I think it's really starting to show now. That was just another low snap here from North Cross.
Yeah, quarterback Brock Miles actually did a really good job handling that snap, because that was at his shoes.
If that got past them, who knows what it would be. It could be 41 right now for Trinity. About that ball.
They're looking out to the sideline. What a catch. Great reception hauled in there by Jace Rhodes. And Simon, you did a little quick research on the recruitment of Jazeel Hart. Tell our viewers, who's he hearing from?
He's a 3-star athlete. He has Penn State, Virginia Tech, Liberty. I think a big one to know is Michigan, UNC, Tennessee. Got West Virginia. See if Deuce can go recruiting after the game.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, so I guess I do know what I'm talking about when I said he looks like a college football player to me.
Yeah.
Apparently, so does a lot of other high major coaches think that too. All right, they are going for it on 4th down. Great catch by Rhodes, and it does keep the drive alive. You know, just over 3 minutes left. I don't think enough time for, you know, obviously North Cross to come back and win the game, but great catch there to keep this drive alive.
Another key player for North Cross, Jace Rhodes, is at his top 3 as of last night. He has Tennessee, South Carolina, and Penn State.
Wow.
That's
And both those guys are just juniors according to the roster, so that's impressive. I think We're going to have offsides there on the Titans. It's one thing we haven't seen yet, and Brock Miles has tried to use that hard count several times, and the Titan D-line has been really disciplined on that, but that time they did fall for it and jumped offsides. So it'll be 1st and 5.
I think something to look for here. Jack Brotherton on the edge. He's junior. He's had some moments.
Yeah, I think maybe
On
another
kick return.
offsides.
Could be a. We've had a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to call that one on the Titans too.
Play results in a first down.
So 2 offsides in a row give North Cross a first down. Another low snap. He's able to get the pitch off in time. Solid run by Nate Bonds
Tackle made by number 11, Mason Love.
as the clock will run under 2 minutes to go. Mason Love has to be into double figures now with tackles.
Definitely the most we've had for a player, and it's definitely, I would say he's one of the most important players we have right now defensively. Just finding ways to be in the right place and not let guys through.
And the play clock was down to 1, and I think the Raiders are going to exhaust their final timeout. Minute 37 to go. So while we have this timeout, let's take an opportunity for each of you, Parker and Simon. I'm not going to ask you for a player of the game yet. You'll have to stay tuned for the post game for a player of the game, but just your overall impressions of this game. Let's say maybe somebody who tuned in late. Parker, I'll start with you. Describe what you've seen out here today.
I think the first half was a little shaky, and we just did an amazing job of coming back in the second half and showing resilience and Deuce getting that big interception to get the momentum back to the Titans, and then we scored 4 straight times. That offense really coming together there, and it's just been an amazing game to watch, especially in the second half. So hopefully we could take this towards the rest of the season.
Simon?
Yeah, I think you put it really well. I think defensively we were solid in the first half and looked significantly better in the second half. And offensively, we had really one good play in the first half, and it was that Rat's touchdown. And then in the second half, we've come out and looked very good.
Another flag looks to be probably a pass interference.
Yeah, I think so,
Two
and
flags,
another one
pass
by the
interference
quarterback too. So I agree with that, everything that both y'all said, and I think the second half, 27-0 for the Titans, but Coach Mickens and the staff are not going to be happy with all these flags here in this last couple minutes. This possession alone, at least
A little
4 or
bit of
5.
loss of concentration
Yep.
and discipline.
Yeah, pass interference and roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, also on Trinity.
And, credit to North Cross. They're the team with very little depth. Got to be incredibly fatigued on this warm, humid day. But they're continuing to fight, continuing to play with a lot of fundamentals. And I think they're going to have another fantastic season in Vista D2 football. They've won the last 2 state championships, as I said, as well as a runner-up 3 years ago. You talk about Rhodes and Hart with offers from the likes of Tennessee, Penn State, Michigan, and West Virginia, all those schools that you mentioned, Simon. So, that type of top-end talent is going to win you a whole lot of football games.
Absolutely. I think the one thing for, as the game winds down, it's a 20-point game. I don't think that reflects how well North Cross has played. I think outside of a few plays, should be one possession game, maybe even like a 1 or 2 point game.
Mm-hmm. All right, so first down, Raiders at the 14. Probably most of their yards this possession have come off of penalties, and the one big fourth down pass to Rhodes.
I think Northcross fans definitely have something to look forward to as the season goes on. So, snap here, there's outside, and it's incomplete.
Good coverage there by Josiah Walker, and yeah, Titans may have gotten away with an offside there. It looked like somebody jumped.
Jack Rutherton jumped. They didn't get the snap off, and it looked like Scoo just wasn't on the same page as Brock Miles, and it resulted in a play that could have been picked, maybe should have been.
2nd and 10, 1:26 to go. Run that option toss to the left again. They've run that with some success several times. Nate Bonds picked up 4.
That's really the only play towards the edge that's had success for them. They've had a couple of jet sweeps that have gone for some good yards, but when they've tried to run either a stretch type play or an outside zone, it's mostly been stops and tackles for losses.
Yeah, all right. Play clock down to 5. Game clock down to 45. 3rd down. They're going up top. Incomplete. Josiah Walker. They keep trying to pick on him, and they have hit him a couple times, but I feel like Simon, ever since you said that, he's really
Locked down.
he's locked down for sure.
I think one thing about that is that they've gotten 2 hands on it nearly every time. So I think gotten away with it a little bit. But I think as the season goes on, he'll continue to get better, and I think our corners are going to be extremely good this year.
All right, 4th down here. I know the Titan D would like to preserve the second half shutout, and it is broken up by Trey Cherry. No flags, and should be Titan ball.
Trey Cherry, he's
He's been phenomenal.
been everywhere on the field. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year we're walking away and we see his name in the papers.
All right, so should be just one more snap. Titans take a knee and move on. So 1-0 record, just exactly how you'd want to start the season. I think you want to have, a competitive game. I don't think it necessarily benefits you to go out and win 70-0 in week 1. So a lot of things to work on. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a 20-point win. But to your point, Simon, I do think it's one of those when people check the score. People my age would say when they check the paper in the morning, but probably more likely when they check social media this evening and see 34-14. And it's going to seem like, a relatively comfortable win for Trinity. But really, this was, for 3 quarters, anybody's game. And Titans definitely earned it in the second half, though, and Northcross made them earn it. So next test is going to be at Fork Union next weekend for the Titans. First prep league game and first road game. And our next football broadcast will be September 20th, 3 weeks from today, against St. Michael the Archangel, coming down from Fredericksburg, another out-of-town team. Only have 3 regular season home games this year, so we're already a third of the way through the home slate, but hopefully we'll host some postseason as well. Well, going to finish up by asking each of you guys for a player of the game. Simon, I'll start with you. Your TESPN player of the game.
I think Trey Cherry. I think it's either him or Mason Love. Both of them flew around the field and lined up all over and made impacts all over.
I have to agree with Simon with Mason Love. He just had a spectacular game. and hopefully he can continue that as the season goes on. It's a great performance from him and most of the times out here.
Yeah,
Looking
and
forward
then
to it.
Offensively, I'm going to go with Tegan Logan. He threw for three touchdowns and ran for 2. So I think Tegan either threw or ran for all 5 touchdowns today. Had a couple overthrows with Isaiah Robinson, but overall he moved the chains on 4th down. He was effective with his legs. So I'm going to go with senior quarterback Tegan Logan. But yeah, Mason, Trey, Deuce Edwards all played huge roles. And this was a fun one, fellas. And we got our act together after kind of a rough start. As always, producer extraordinaire Ash Bell, want to thank you. Briggs Pinar was in our ear telling us who was making the tackles, so thanks to Briggs. And for Simon Kahn and Parker Boyd doing their first TESPN football broadcast today. Great job for you fellas. Look forward to the next one. I'm Rick Hamlin signing off. 34-14, Trinity Episcopal moves to 1-0 on the season. Good luck to North Cross the rest of the way. Thanks to everybody that tuned in.